If you're dealing with a lot of food sensitivities or feeling like you're dealing with a lot of histamine reactions to just so many foods, one of the things you want to think about is what you've pulled out of your diet based off of what you feel versus theoretical. So, like if you're saying, I want to avoid high histamine foods, well, think about what all did you pull out based off of what somebody else said versus what you actually experienced, because it can broaden back out how much food you eat. And think about also what you pulled out based off of what you were experiencing, right? So what you may notice, if you list out everything that you pulled out based off of your experiences, probably most of it was prepackaged, processed, etc. food. Even if it was healthy, it was made by someone else. So keep that in mind. If you can label everything, almost 80% of it that way, it makes sense that those were going to be issues for you, right? The more sensitive your digestive system is, the more you're able to pick up on issues within other companies' foods. But then you may also have certain foods that your body, even if it's healthy from scratch, etc., your body does not like, and that is unique to you, right? So, and some of it could be that those particular foods are foods that actually do have high environmental pesticide contaminants, etc. Avocado, for instance, might be one, right? That's mass produced, right? It's interesting that it doesn't seem to be the case with apples, but particularly with avocado, a lot of people have issues with avocado. I started having issues with papaya, and then later on I noticed it was a very high environmentally contaminated fruit, right? So those are going to be specific to you. So think about what you pulled out based off of how you felt. Those things do tend to need to come out, right? Think about what you pulled out that was only theoretical, and think and consider reintroducing that back into your diet slowly. Certain things you may tolerate that other people don't, or you may tolerate it in a certain form. For me, I don't eat raw zucchini. It makes me nauseous, but if I can cook it, it's fine. I have a relative, she cannot eat regular cabbage, but if she eats it organic, fine. If you're dealing with digestive issues and you're experiencing a lot of food sensitivities, rotate your food. So like if you have almonds one week or kale one week, don't touch it the next week. Take time to have a break from it. That helps you to keep from accumulating new food sensitivities. Also change up the genetic versions of food. So you have grape tomatoes one week, later on have Roma tomatoes, beefsteak tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes. Change up. Same thing with oranges. You can do the same thing with oranges, different types of oranges. That can help you to reduce all those food sensitivities, reduce the accumulation of food sensitivities, and taper the reaction that you may have to certain food sensitivities now. Let's say you're starting to notice, oh, I was fine with oranges, but now I'm starting to have an issue with oranges. If you keep eating that food, the reaction to it is probably going to increase. This is the time for you to take a break from that food. The reactions can start to go down. What else did I want to say? So yeah, there's theoretical, there's what you feel, and try to do what actually works for you. Avoid the things that are highly intense reactions, and then you're going to have to figure out based off of what's left over, if you take those parts out, the different hierarchy of reactions that you have. Where's that space that maybe you might want to be in a place of moderation for a while, instead of being perfectionist and then you binge, or perfectionist to the point that you just straight avoid the food altogether. That may or may not, that's not the best place to be in it. So moderating might be a better position for sustainable purposes for your diet, and over time you may have to figure out where that moderation level is for you that is workable, because you might moderate and be like, I still don't really feel that good, and you may have to pull back a little bit further, going a little bit closer to perfection, but not really perfection. It's just, you just gotta restrict the moderation just a little bit more, but you're still in the space of moderation, right? That can be something that you learn over time, what you can handle. So I say that because sometimes when you go through things like this, it can be very stressful. And you're telling people, I can't eat anything, I can't eat anything. And then they're responding like, oh my gosh, what do we do with this person? I've been through it. So I understand how to help people to get back to a place where they can open up their palate. And part of that is because to have a broader range of foods means that you have more nutrition, a larger variety of nutrition coming in.